I have an 86 Topps Barry Bonds rookie card. Is it worth grading?
What is the best approach? The dollar cards, the raw dollar cards, and try to look for big names?
Sell or hold Jaden Daniels as far as timing goes? When is the best time to send cards in for grading? What are your thoughts on buying soccer with the World Cup coming up? Welcome to the Eric Michael Show, where I go over stuff about business, sports cards, and all that fun stuff. And in this show, I'm going to be talking about some NBA basketball, the finals, what's good to buy, what's not good to buy, and let's get right into it. So, right, we have the Pacers playing the Thunder, and right, the key matchup, we have Haliburton versus Shea. It's not really a key matchup. Shea is much better than Haliburton. But I want to go over, like, are there cards worth buying? Right? You have these guys that have exploded in value, especially Haliburton recently, because kind of the way sports cards works, if someone starts performing extremely well and no one expected him to, the card just skyrocket, right? It's kind of like a penny stock, right? If you have a company that no one knows about and all of a sudden they get a huge contract from Tesla, it's gonna skyrocket, right? So that's kind of what happened to Tyrese Haliburton. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has been more of like a gradual move. But check this out. So let me share my screen while I wait for some callers to come in. And if we look here, so this is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's Silver Prism PSA 10. So this card in the past, let's look at the past 365 days. This is kind of stable, right? In the beginning of the season, this card was like $600, and it crept up and up and up, and it really hit a high where it's at now. Like March before the playoffs. So his great playoff performance hasn't really affected his cards. It's pretty stable, like, right? If you look in the past 30 days, it's pretty, like, flatline. Like, this card is really good. Okay. And then you compare that with someone like Tyrese Haliburton. So if you look at Tyrese Haliburton, I'm spelling that wrong. Haliburton Silver Prism PSA 10. Now I've not looked. I'm looking at this for the first time, but I can guarantee you this card has exploded. Yep. It was not worth much before the playoffs, like $150, and now this card is worth, $400. This card has 2.5x in value in the past 2 months. That is freaking crazy. And I could tell you from my experience in sports cards, it is not a good idea to usually buy something like this. One, the Pacers are probably going to lose. And two, anything that just jumps up real quick usually comes back down, as opposed to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's a lot more stable. Even if they lose the playoffs, it's probably not going to go down much. I anticipate when this hype dies, that this card will drop back down to like 200 to 250. It'll be worth a little bit more than what it was selling for before, unless he like goes crazy and wins the finals. Which probably isn't going to happen. But so yeah, I would stay far away. I would run away from Tyrese Haliburton. If you have Tyrese Haliburton, that goes to say I would definitely sell him. And it's funny because if you asked me 2 months ago, should I buy Tyrese Haliburton for the playoffs? I would say absolutely not. But if you did and you got lucky, well, congratulations. Go make a lot of money and go sell it. But I would stay far away from this. And honestly, I probably wouldn't be buying Shea Gilgeous-Alexander either. The way to make money in sports cards is, right, buy low, sell high. Something is only an opportunity when no one else sees it as an opportunity. So with that said, you want to buy guys before they go up in value. So some guys I'm looking to buy right now, if I share my screen again here, let's share this bad boy. So this is who I think is a good buy. Guys like this. Not saying I have this card pulled up because I'm going back and forth with this person, and the last sale for this card is $300. So yeah, I'm gonna offer $300. I don't want it to show my address, but I'm gonna offer $300 on that card. But guys like that, I think, are good buys. I don't think people are buying these younger basketball guys right now. I've been looking at the pop reports recently, and they're just not being graded. Like, people are just focusing on like football. A Jaden Daniels Silver Prism PSA 10. There's just slews of them out there at this point. And even though I'm not saying like someone like Dalton Connect or Stefan Castle or Alexander Sarr, I'm not saying these guys are great players, but what I am saying is like if you buy a card of Dalton Connect, like here, let me show you. Dalton Connect Prism 2024, right? If you don't know who Dalton Connect is, he's a pretty good player for the Lakers. He's a rookie or was a rookie. So if you look at his cards, like over $100, let me show you guys something. So if you go to like newly listed, right? And we go to cards that are not graded. So something like this, it's going to be kind of a hard card to PSA 10. Let me see this card here. Red Disco. This card's a little off centered. You can see this bottom here is smaller than the top over there. Let me try to find something decent. This is a pretty sick card. Pretty sick card, except the corner here. You can see that corner is white, so this card's probably not going to grade. Is anything? This card looks better. This card looks pretty clean, actually. So something like this. So it's a little off-centered. You could tell something. Usually when they take a weird picture like this, they're trying to hide something, if you don't know that. So you could tell like this top is a little bit bigger than the bottom, although I don't think it's terrible to grade. So if we go to like 130 Point, if you don't know what 130point.com is, 130point.com is a website that tells you sales of eBay. And this site is better than using eBay to look at sales because eBay sometimes won't tell you what a card actually sold for if it's or best offer. So if a card is like $500 or a best offer and the offer accepted was actually 300, eBay doesn't tell you that for some reason. I don't know why, to be honest with you. But if we look here, Zebra, Prism, Dalton Connect, and there's no sales. No sales of this card. But a card like this, I'm assuming it's going to end for like $600 to $700. You 10 this card, it'll sell so fast. Like repackers and collectors as well, they want stuff like this. Really, really, really bad. Any colored rookie, and these guys probably aren't going to pan out. Like this card's probably going to be worth much less, by like October. But I think NBA Prism and like just buying NBA cards right now is a big move. So with that said, let's look at some NBA guys to buy. So we type in Prism basketball 2024. I also think Wembanyama is not a bad buy. I like Paulo Banchero as well, buying some of his higher end stuff. I think that's pretty good as well. But let's do like minimum price. Let's do like $50 and let's do min bid count of 1. So this is only showing us cards with at least 1 bid. And let's pull up Easy Sniper. So Easy Sniper, this is a software that connects to my eBay that what it does is it bids in the last possible second. You can see I've been losing all my bids because I do them live on here. And I think people are outbidding me by $1. But it's okay. I'm here to give value. So let's see. Angel Reese, absolutely not. Reed Shepard. So Reed Shepard's a pretty solid rookie, but this card's off-centered. You can see that top is bigger than the bottom, so that's no good for what we're looking to do here. Caitlin Clark, her stuff is booming. I have a student that was buying Caitlin Clark cards in like 2022, and she's selling them now, and she's literally making like 5, 6, 7 times her money. It's pretty crazy. I had nothing to do with that. I did not tell her to do that. Let's see, Cracked Ice, Caitlin Clark. Why are they showing? Usually when they show you a weird picture like this, it's because there's some damage. This card belongs. Kind of skeeves me out a little bit that they're showing this weird picture. There should be damage here, but I don't really see any unless I'm just missing it. Let's see if this person grades cards. No, this person definitely does not grade cards. I don't know why this person's showing it, but let's see. Let's type in what was this? This was a cracked silver. Is it a silver? I think it's just a cracked ice. Cracked ice. Caitlin Clark Prism. See what this thing sells for. So there's 2 variations. This is 80. This is worth like $80. A PSA 9 is like 105. So this white jersey, that's the variation, I believe. And let's see if there's any 10s. Any 10s hit the market. So 110. So it should sell for around what the other variation does. And this is like sold for like 390, 360. So this exact card sold for 360 like a few weeks ago while I'm speaking right now. And this card is at $51 with 6 days left. I mean, This is just sketching me out right here. This one picture, I don't know why. Usually when someone takes a weird picture like this, they're trying to show you an error on the card, which is right there maybe, but is that just the picture? I'm not sure. This card was in excellent condition. Blah blah blah. Hmm. Ah, that picture wasn't there. I would bid on it for sure. You know what? Let's bid on it anyways. Ungraded, excellent condition. So what we could do is we could take the eBay item number, which is found. They actually moved it. Where'd they move it? It was somewhere right here. Oh, I guess they put it back. Before it was somewhere else. But we could take the eBay item number, go to Easy Sniper, pop that in, and let's just see let me just see what this card's selling for. Let me just go back to what I was looking at. So we have $80. PSA 9 is 105. So even if the card gets at 9, I'll probably break even, maybe lose a little bit of money. 76. 81 is a PSA 9, 77. It's like $80. This card looks to be pretty good, so I'll bid $86. So hopefully I don't get outbid. I think I've been losing all my bids because I do them live. Which is kind of dumb of me, but it's okay. Zach Edey, number to 48 Dragon Scale. That corner looks pretty good. I can't see any whiting. The centering. So usually when there's a little sticker on here of a logo, that means it was pulled from a break. I mean, all these cards were probably pulled from a break recently. So, I mean, the card just kind of came out. But let's see. Dragon Scale Edey. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of buying big guys, but Zach Edey does have a market. This guy also has some other cool cards as well. Like all these, like this card, graded a 10, you're boom, selling it right away. Like this is an easy move. You know, I'm not saying Edey's a great player, but just colored lower end prism just crushes. Let's see if there's any sales. 124, 186. That's weird. Usually it gets lower as time goes on and it gets further away from the product release. But let's see what this card's at. Let's get rid of this. I'm not gonna buy that. This guy's too overpriced. He wants $500 and not worth that. $52 with 7 hours left. Well, I will happily come in and you know, there's no sales. I could tell you this card graded at 10 is like easy, $300 to $400. No sales, but I will happily bid $91. 91. I should be able to win one of those if one of you guys don't steal it from me. Are there callers? No callers yet. Okay. Let's see. Jared McCain, Red Prism. I like Jared McCain, but when it's sold by a consignment shop, I don't like to buy cards sold by consignment because not always, but a lot of the times they're in bad condition. So I just usually just stay away. I don't usually have luck with that. Caitlin Clark. This picture's kind of crappy, but can't see the bottom. It's sold by consignment. Never mind. Bronny James. I'm not gonna buy Bronny. Not a fan. Or not that I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of his value where it's at. Orange Ice. Rob Dillingham. Purple. This card looks to be well centered. And this corner looks a little rounded, and it's being sold by consignment. These you make bank on. I mean, this card's not centered well, so like it's not gonna do well. But if you send it in for grading, but these cards are like $200 or something, 200 something dollars, and a 10's like 2,000 last time I checked. So I highly recommend. Nikola Topic, Thunder Kid, Dragon, number to 80. It's great. All this colored stuff is so low because all the rookie class isn't that good. Let's see. Number to 88, Topic 2024 Prism, $54, 160. I don't know how that happens. 122, 69, 105. It's like all over the place. Hold on. Dragon scale. Let me type in dragon here. Dragon, yeah, it's like $100. And this is at, what are we at here? 50. Oh, not that card. I already bid on that card. $71 with 11 hours left. I'll bid like $100. You can just see how much stuff is out there to buy. Where are we with Easy Sniper? So let's bid like 106. There we go. Got in a few bids. Pretty good stuff. Oh, this is a sick card. Wow. I don't know. It's being sold by consignment. It could be in good condition still. That's sick. I like that. But not gonna buy it. But I like it. I like that a lot. Jared McCain. I'm a big fan of buying Jared McCain cards, but this card's too off center. That bottom is too small for the top. It's no good. Won't grade a 10, unfortunately. Although it is a nice card. Let's look at Only All as well. Only All, it's usually this is where I buy some of my like higher end cards. I'm looking for like Paulo Banchero, maybe Wembanyama. This is why I just buy higher end cards already graded, and I just hold them and try to make 20. Oh, it's outbid. What? When does this card end? In 1 day. I bid on this card. I forgot what I bid though. Oh, let's see if there's any sales. Gold, Banchero. So there's a PSA 10 sale of 7,500. Oh, there's two. One did 6,400. Another did 7,500. Hold on, let me look at something. So if we take that card, so that this is a cool little thing you could do. And then we look at his silver prism. So the reason I look at their silver prism PSA 10, it's like a good indicator of their market. So if we compare these, so when this sold, his silver prism was like 415. Then there was another sale of 7,500, and his silver prism almost stayed the same. Hmm. Let's see. What did I bid? Forgot what I bid before. But I mean, this is already getting expensive. It's probably just too overpriced. Even at like 67.50, you're still paying 8,100 with buyer's premium. Shit. I like the card, but I just don't think there's money to be made. This flawless signature prime. This is like not his true like rookie card, like his true like flawless rookie patch auto. This is like kind of like a variation. These don't sell as well. They sell well, but just not as well as I would like. So not gonna buy that. Jalen Green is an interesting buy. Like someone like Jalen Green, like the Rockets were like, what were they, the 2 seed this year? Like they were pretty good. So Jalen Green, I mean, this stuff's cheap. And this stuff was not easy to grade this year of 2021 Prism. Like, this is another possible goodbye. Look how look how like down it is. So like the beginning of the year, last year's card was like, actually hasn't changed. It's like the same. I'm a liar. Cade Cunningham is another guy. Like I think Cunningham is his value can go up a lot. I think the Pistons are going to be pretty good, and people are going to realize that, and his value will spike. Jalen Williams, he's obviously having a pretty good playoffs. Wembanyama is a nice one. Blue Ice, 8 days left. Let's see what these are selling for now. Blue Ice, Wemben, PSA 10. By the way, if you guys want to call in, we're beginning to take callers, so feel free to call in. 5,000 really hasn't changed much. Kind of like it, honestly. Sells for like 5 grand was the last sale. I don't know if I'm gonna win, but so if we bid 5,000 with buyer's premium at 6,000, I'll bid. I don't really want to pay more than $5,000, but hopefully I don't get outbid. I think it's a decent buy. I think you can make some solid money with that card. Last year I did pretty well with Wembanyama. I actually sold it too early. A lot of his stuff. Let's see, Cade Cunningham, cracked ice. I was looking at this to possibly grade it out or crack it out and regrade it, but it has 9 corners, so it's probably not gonna happen. I like Cunningham, man. Peyton Pritchard. I believe he's gonna get a contract in the offseason, right? Probably gonna start for another team, I think. He's really good. He wouldn't miss versus the Knicks. That boy's a knockdown shooter. I wonder if there's any type in like Cunningham. What you could do actually, if you don't know this, you could put a parentheses, and this is like multiple independent searches in one. So Cunningham, Bancaro, Jalen Green, or it should be. We have a caller, Kavi. All right, go for it. You got Eric. You're live.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's
I
up,
got a
dude?
quick question for you, brother.
Yeah, no. What's your name?
Uh, my name's Ariel. I'm located in Midland, Texas,
Nice. Well,
and
how can I help?
yeah. So I got a question. So I got a couple of questions actually. I'm going. This is going to be my first card show, the Dallas Card Show,
Yep.
coming up July 4th.
Okay.
Um,
It's on July 4th.
the best. Yeah, it's on the weekend of July 4th. It's from the 3rd through the 6th.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
so my question is, what is the best approach in going into this first card show that I'm going to? I've never really been into the trading card market here ever,
Yeah.
just until recently, and I want to try to find the best value, like the best bang for my buck. Should I go after like just pretty much like the dollar cards, the raw dollar cards, and try to look for big names? Or should I go ahead and look for like upcoming prospects? Or should I just try to invest big like how you do with bigger name cards, like autographed numbered cards and stuff like that? What would be the best approach as far as for my first card show that I'm going to be attending?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, what do you do for work?
I am a truck driver in the oil fields here in Midland, Texas.
Okay. What's your budget for buying cards? Few grand, more or less?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take about $1,000 with me so I can go ahead and try to buy up some inventory.
Okay.
And,
So,
and I already have a good amount of inventory that I already have that I'm sending to get graded.
yep,
Like Tiffany, Ken Griffey Juniors. I got a lot of numbered baseball, a lot of numbered football and basketball. And I posted in the chat here a little while ago, uh, best timing for sending cards to get graded. I already did my first submission.
yep.
I sent in about 10 Michael Jordan cards that I had, and I sent in about another 10 WNBA cards. Caitlin Clark, Celesta Taylor, Paige Buchers, Cameron Brink.
And
I saw.
what's your goal? Is your goal like to make a side income, full time income?
To be honest with you, I'm doing it right now as just as a hobby. Just to get in, just to break into the market. But as far as like the long term view, I would like for it to be like a side income and just be able to support my own hobby. That's
So,
what I'm really
uh,
looking for.
okay. So here's very general advice on sports card shows. So number one, going to a sports card show, all it takes is one deal for the whole show to be worth it. Like I can't tell you how many times I go to a show, the first 90% of it sucks, and then I find one deal and it makes me 10 grand or something like that. And it's like, okay, this is worth it. So it happens all the time. Number two, general advice on sports card shows is general. So like keep that in mind. Big
Yeah.
shows, Dallas, Burbank, anything with like 300 or 400 tables or more, usually better for selling or buying bigger cards. When I say buying bigger cards, I mean buying cards that are probably a grand, 2 grand, cards already graded, you could just sit and hold. You're going with $1,000. So that is not something I would do. Like, I would only buy, like, the only way I'm buying bigger cards, so like the way sports cards works, in my opinion, if you want to make money, so you buy cards, you get them graded, you do that whole thing, you start making a few grand a month. And then with the extra money you can't spend, then you start putting that into higher end cards. Like an example of someone I'd be buying right now, I was just sharing my screen before, is like Paulo Banchero. Buy a higher end card of his for 2 grand. I hold it for a few months. I sell it for 2,700. Not bad. So but you are only going with $1,000, so do not do that. Dallas would be good for usually selling your stuff or buying bigger cards. But if I were you, I would not be buying bigger cards. So the better shows for you, at least in my opinion, are actually the smaller ones. The smaller ones is where you get your local people that don't grade cards, because the people at the Dallas card show, the dealers, right? they know what they're doing. They're traveling from across the country, a lot of them. And if you're traveling, you're probably making money with sports cards and you're probably not leaving a lot of meat on the bone. A lot of them make money by overselling their cards to unsuspecting customers. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying I'm not hating on anybody. It's just the reality of the business. So, but you're local, so it's worth it to go anyways. But I would be going there to looking to sell your stuff and then looking to buy any like 20, 30, $40 raw stuff. Like you're not gonna find, I doubt you're gonna find any like prime, like $100, $200, $300 cards in really good condition, ready to grade. Like you're gonna have to go after like 20, $30 stuff that people just don't want to grade and they're too lazy to grade. But for the future, what I would do is I would try to go to these shows as a seller, right? So you go to the smaller shows as a buyer, you buy a bunch of stuff, you get it graded, you take that stuff and you take it to the bigger shows and you sell it. And maybe with that extra cash, maybe buy a big card or two that you're gonna hold. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that does make sense. I mean, I've gone to like my local card shops here and there, and I've made a couple of good buys. Like some SGA rookie cards and stuff like that. And
Yep.
I know to stay away from like the base rookie cards and stuff like that because they really don't profit. But some, depending on where the market is, they go up, they go down.
Yep.
So I've been tracking that, since I found you online and market movers and sports cards HQ and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
All right, cool, man. Thanks for the advice. I appreciate it, and hope to meet you soon, man.
Cool.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. If there's any other questions, just feel free to call in.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Good luck out there. Another one. Caller number 2. Let him come. Open up the floodgates.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? You got Eric? You're live.
Hey, how's it going, bro? Yeah, I ordered yesterday and watched the whole video, but I had to take a drug test for my class A,
Wait,
and
which
so
which video?
you're the whole thing, where it was $397 for everything, and then
The webinar. Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
punched through, and they wanted to charge me for the next like 3 or 4 more other payments at $397, and I'm like, dude, and so couldn't get a hold of anybody. When I finally called the number, man, it was, you know,
Yeah.
Eastern descent.
I
It
could
was an
have a.
Eastern descent guy, and just just I'm unemployed and shit, and then, just I don't have
Yeah. I could have some.
$400.
Oh, yeah, honestly, dude, if I would only buy the program if you have an extra like grand or 2 grand. I'd probably just use the free content. It wouldn't make financial sense for you to buy it because I wouldn't want you buying something where you can't profit off of it.
Yeah,
So
so I have to wait for it to, process through and stuff, but just my mortgage, comes out today, and just
yeah, yeah,
you
I'll have
know,
someone call you with that. But do you have any specific sports card questions?
no, I mean, just I have a 86 tops Barry Bonds rookie card
Okay.
um that I bought for, I don't know, at one of the card shops here in Clovis and stuff, but is it worth grading through? Is that
Uh,
one of the
it,
things
it
that I get for that, or how's that go?
it is if it's in good condition. It just if the card's beat up and it's cut in half, it's not worth grading. If it's in really good condition,
Yeah.
you think it could 10, then it
And then
is.
I also have that 82 Cal Ripken Don Russ. It's mint. You know what I mean? I mean, if it's not, doesn't pull up a GSA of 9, I'm gonna be, not disappointed, but surprised anyway.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to hear your voice, man. Just shit. This whole last 2 days, man. It's been hell. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. Oh, well, you got my voice. Well, any other questions, feel free to reach out. And you could send me pictures of those cards and I'll respond back to you and let you know what I think.
Okay, right on. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye bye.
No other questions at the moment or callers? All right, we're back to buying cards. Oh, we have a bunch of stuff in the chat. Let's see. We have a bunch of questions here. Sell or hold Jaden Daniels right now? Sell. I could, there's no guarantees, but if I had to bet a lot of money, I would say his value is worth a lot less by September, October The chances he repeats what he did his rookie year, not high. That's my opinion. Could be totally wrong. Yeah. As far as timing goes, when is the best time to send cards in for grading? So, as far as that goes, so for basketball, the best time to send it in to like buy and send in would be like May, June, and you sell it in like August, September. And then with baseball, you want to buy it in like October, November, December, send it in for grading. You sell it like February, March, and then football, buy like February, March, April, May, get it graded, sell it, July, August. That's generally best times. What are your thoughts on buying soccer with the World Cup coming up? So, not much. I mean, soccer doesn't have a big market, and it's one of those things that people try and do, and it just doesn't work. It's the same thing as like, what's a good example? It's like, let me buy Shea Gilgeous-Alexander because he's going to win the finals, and then I'll sell his cards when he wins the finals. Well, guess what? Everyone else is trying to do that, and when he wins the finals, the market's going to be flooded with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander cards, and when supply is really high, demand goes down, which means price goes down. So unfortunately, it's just the way to make money is by doing things that people don't see. Everybody can see the World Cup coming up, and I guarantee you there's other people doing that. So for that reason, I think you can put your money in a better spot, was my opinion. I've got some Paolo Bancheros already graded if you're interested. So I'm only interested if the card's worth at least like a grand. But send them. You could just text them to that phone number below, and I'll look at them. I'll do a live deal with you if you want. If the stuff's decent, yeah, shoot a picture over. What do you think about buying MLB players that used to be hyped but have underperformed recently? Jackson Holiday, CJ Abrams. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I mean, I'd rather personally put my money into like basketball because it's riskless. No, not riskless, but the guys aren't playing right now. So because of that, they're like most likely going to go up. You're right. You don't know what's going to happen when a player's performing right now, but I do it all the time. Like I do it with football, especially a lot. Like the quarterbacks by like week 7, 8, they're down a lot. I go buy it, get it graded. Hopefully they go back up in value. And if they don't, then I just sell it or I just hold it. It depends on the card what I'll do. But like a good example of this would be like, I can't think of a baseball example, but hold on. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So a good example of this, I think Jackson Churio last year. Like Jackson Churio, even right now, he was underperforming. And give that caller 1 second. Let me answer this guy's question. So Jackson Churio, if you look last year, right? Oh, let's go to old data. So last year in the beginning of the year, before the season, his Bowman Chrome PSA 10 was like $800, right? And he starts playing. He doesn't play well, and it's now down, right? It's now like $400. And he actually picked it up towards the end of the season and into the playoffs, and actually rose up to like 500. So you could buy it here, and even if it doesn't go up, it'll probably go up before the season. Like I bought some Jackson Churio in the off season, like here, and it popped up like 25-30%. You could actually see the sale. I bought a Bowman Chrome Orange PSA 10 for 10 grand, and I sold it on alt. I think it auctioned for 13,000 something. I netted $12,800, but it's I made a 28% return on my money in a few months. But yeah, so is it a good idea? Sure. Like Jackson Holiday, I mean, the Orioles are a disaster right now. So like tread lightly, right? But if we look at like a Jackson Holiday, Bowman Chrome 2022, 2022 PSA 10. See, that's 2023, 2022. Where are you? 2022. Where is it? Oh, there it is. So you could see, yeah, I mean, this card is in the past, like, it's kind of like all over the place. But yeah, if you could find a good deal on it, I mean, before the season, you could see that it was like 700, and now the last sale is 560. So yeah, if I could buy something like this for like low, get it graded of Jackson Holiday, could he go down more? Maybe. I'd rather probably put my money in basketball, but yes, I do it all the time with sports, and it actually works out pretty well. All right, let the caller go. Let her rip. Ooh. Wow.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? You got Eric. You're live on the show.
Hey, Eric. This is Johan from Minnesota.
Johan from
So
Minnesota.
yeah.
Nice to
So
meet you.
I've got, yeah, nice to meet you, Eric. So I've got about like 50 kind of lower end autos. They're like, raw. They're about like 15 to 20 bucks.
Yeah.
And I want to send them off to PSA to get graded. And they're all sports. They're just,
Yep.
like I said, random players. But then should I pay extra and get they get the auto and the card graded? I will say just get the card graded. Um, and on the back of the card, it already says that the auto's authenticated.
Are you newer to sports cards, or you've been doing this a while?
I've been in the hobby for 6 years, but I've lost money all 6 years.
Okay. Well, I would not get the autograph graded then, because
Okay.
the auto getting the autograph graded, if it grades a 10, it could bump up the
Uh
card
huh.
like 10-20%. But if it gets a 9, it'll pump it'll drop the card by like 40%. So like, for example, let's say you have a card
Mhm.
that's $100, you get it graded,
Mhm.
and a 10 is
Mhm.
300. With the autograph
Okay.
graded, a 10 also, it'll probably be worth like 340, 350. But if the
Right.
autograph grades at 9, it'll drop it down to like 200. So the downside's more than the upside. If we got
I
no
see.
one wants to see a 9 on a card, especially that lower end stuff. I
Right.
wouldn't. And then
Okay.
with grading that lower end stuff, I just want
Mhm.
to make sure that I'm gonna at least double my money. So it's gonna cost you $20 each to get the cards graded.
Mhm.
I want to make sure
Yeah.
I'm netting at least $40 as a PSA 10 since you already have the card. You want to at least double your
Yeah.
investment if the card gets a 10. Like standard rule I follow.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, all these cards should double if they get a 10. Yeah, I was just curious about getting the auto graded or not because I see a lot of cards without the auto graded, and I've always kind of wondered why.
Well, I could show you an example of a. Let me see if I can find this example. This is actually a
Hmm.
student's card. Hold on, let me see if I can find this. Um,
Hmm.
Let me see. So I'll show you an example of when to get the autograph graded. Let me see something
Hmm.
here. So I had a student.
Yeah.
Where are you, card? Uh, nah, I can't find it. But so I had a student buy a Jaden Daniels Topps Chrome, like Aqua or Geometric something, and the card was
Hmm.
worth like $500 raw. A PSA 10 was like
Hmm.
1,300, and
Wow.
and there were no 10-10 sales. There were no like cards with a 10 autograph. And he
Hmm.
got the autograph graded, and it bumped hit. So the others were doing like 13-1,400, but his 10 did 1,700 because it was the only one with an autograph graded. So usually the higher end you go, the better it is to get that autograph graded. You just want to make damn sure that autograph is good. Like the autograph is, it's easy to see if the autograph is in
Hmm.
good condition. Just make sure it's, if there's any, like there's no streaks in it, it's not running off the card. Any
Hmm.
tiny flaw with an autograph, never get it graded. The autograph needs to be perfect, but a lot of autographs are perfectly graded. But
Hmm.
yeah, in your case, no, I would not. If it was me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, these cards are like like Cole Kmet auto, just base cards, or they're nothing high end. Like I said, all these cards are like 20 bucks raw. So cool. All right, man, I'll send them in and just get the card graded, not the auto.
Awesome. Any other questions?
No, that was it. If I got more, I'll give you a call.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Good
Awesome.
luck out
Thanks,
there.
Eric.
All right. Bye bye.
Yep, thanks, you too.
All right. Back to what we were doing. Usually when I go back, there's a caller right away. What was I doing? Oh yeah. I wanted to look at some higher end basketball and see. Actually, let's just go one by one. See if there's any bank here. So like the problem with these cards that when I try to buy low is that like let's do like 300. The problem is that I'm trying to buy it at its lowest point. So I'm just looking for auctions because just like trying to go or best offer, the person's gonna be losing money. So I just stay away usually. Oh, type in, let's do 2022. I only want Bankero's rookie year. This is a nice card, but it's in terrible condition. So there's a few auctions. And like this isn't a bad buy. I don't really buy silver prism stuff to hold, but like I think that's a pretty easy buy. See if there's any Cunningham. Cunningham 2021. Let's only look at cards with one bid. This I might buy because these silver prisms are really hard to grade. Let me see something. Cunningham Silver Prism 2021. Let me see what these cards are worth. 445. So they really took a nice little dive up. They were during the season, they were like 260 and they almost doubled. Holy shit. But it's been pretty stable. So during the playoffs, it was kind of high. Man, sucks for who bought it here. But we're back down to 445. This card's at 335 with a day left. I think I could do better. I'm gonna stay away. Let's see what Jalen Green's doing. See if there's any auctions of him ending on eBay. Let's see. We have some national treasures. Oh, wow. That's a nice card. Let's see. Jalen Green pink, number to 25, rated a 9.5. That is my type of card to buy and hold. And there's also this one. This is his true rookie patch auto. Number to 99, greater than 8.5. Let's see. Jalen Green, pink out of 25. I don't even know there was a pink out of 25, to be honest with you. Wait, not yet. I'm actually interested in buying this card. Have him hold. Jalen Green, pink out of, there's nothing. Why is there nothing? Come on. There's a Beckett 9 that's sold in 20. That does nothing for me. Let's look this up. Let me see if I could find a rough value. Let's type in 2021 National Treasures pink at a 25 auto. Let's see if there's anyone else from that year that has sold cards, or I can kind of like compare. So Sangoon. Okay, so this is and Jalen Johnson. So let's compare Sangoon. So a Sangoon and a Cunningham. Okay, let's do Sangoon. So Sangoon, his an 8.5 did $1,300. And let's see how much more Sangoon sells for than Jalen Green or the same. So Sangoon and then Jalen Green, Silver Prism, PSA 10. Let's see something here. Do they sell for the same? I guess they sell for the same. Yeah, I guess they sell for basically the same. Yeah, so I guess they're the same value. And then now, so like it gets tricky when buying these cards because you have to compare the patches. So a good patch, like this is not that good of a patch. It's mostly white, as opposed to like this patch of this player, Trey Murphy. That like this has his like name in it. It's different colors. It's a better patch, more appealing. This is a decent one. This is like average. It's a 2-color patch. And if this card did $1,300, and so it makes perfect sense, right? So a Cade Cunningham Silver Prism is about 3 times Sangoon and green. And so, but 9.5, if I had to guess, I would say this card is worth in the low 2000s. However, because it's not its true rookie patch auto, I don't want to pay too much. I'm going to be kind of cheap with this card. I'm going to bid probably like, yeah, like if I can get this card for right over $2,000, that would be a good deal. If I can't, it's not a big deal. So like $2,023, do a random number. Like I just don't think that many people are going to bid on a card like that. So I think I can get a good deal. All right, let the caller rip. Sorry, caller. I was in the middle of buying a card. I don't want to forget about it. It's something I actually liked.
Your call has been.
Did he send us the voicemail? Were there 2 callers? Oh. Let's see who we got.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? You got Eric? You're live.
Hey, Eric, Mike from Ohio. How's it going?
You said Mike from Ohio?
Yeah.
My girlfriend's from Ohio. She's from Dayton, Ohio. You close
Oh,
by?
nice. Nah, about 3 hours from Dayton, north, up by Cleveland.
Yeah, she told me to never. She told me there's not much to do from where she's from. So, uh,
Yeah, Dayton, none but about the right Air Force Base is about it.
yeah, she said there's a lot of fast food, and that's about it.
It's like everywhere now, right?
That's a good point. But how can I help?
Yeah. So, I had a few questions.
Go for it.
I feel like right now, is there like a? I mean, I know you always say sell now when you get it or whatever, but I feel
Yeah.
like right now it's like scalpers and that are pretty much out there. Like you try to sell something and they want to like hit you for 70%, all that type of thing, and it's
Yep.
like, well, that's what you're trying to do, and you're trying to make a profit, so you're going to cut your losses. But I feel like, is it going to get better, or do you just go with this part of it and
If you're
try to sell the
experienced,
stuff?
so I'm assuming you've tried to sell cards and you're only getting shitty offers.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get some legit stuff, but it seems like everybody wants to just lowball you, and it's like,
Well,
I don't have to sell it that
that's just
bad. So
yeah, that's just life, right? Like people are always gonna lowball you, and then when you try to buy something, they're always gonna be high. That's just life. But if you're experiencing that, that just means you're buying the wrong stuff, which means you're selling the wrong stuff at the wrong time. That's all it means. Like if you go, like for example, like let me look behind me. Like I have a Jordan Love, like contenders, like I think it's number to 99, autographed PSA 10 from his rookie year. I forgot what I paid. I
yeah,
think I paid like what I pay 1100 or something like that. But I know
uh-huh.
for like that card is what's the card worth? The number to 99. Let me just using this as an example here. Jordan Love out of 99 contenders. One second, I'm gonna make a point here. Playoff Panini contenders. Hold on one second. So this card I bought. There's no recent sales of it. But anyways, like I know this type of card, if it's worth $2,000 because it's so liquid and it's so in demand and collectors want it so much, I will get offers right around what the card is worth when it comes time to
Hmm.
sell the card. If you're only getting 60, 70% offers, you're just buying the wrong stuff. You're just buying stuff that's not liquid. Like you can give me an example of something you're trying to sell, or you're extremely overpriced. That could be that too.
I feel I'm right. I always try to count my prices close to what everything else is, but then people come in and like, oh, I'll give you, um,
Do
85% of the
what
last
what
three comps or
what card
whatever.
is it?
I just,
Like, just give me like the highest
I
end
don't
card you
really
have, or
have.
something you're having trouble selling.
It's not really just one card. I have a lot of stuff. Like, my main thing now is like I'm trying to sell um, a bunch of slabs, and I got like a bunch of PSA stuff too. And I'm kind of skeptical of putting it out there, and it's like, because everybody wants to lowball it, and that goes back to my one question. It's like, do I wait a little bit longer, or do I try to, is the football stuff going to go up in value a little bit more closer to the season?
Do you have an example of a
Uh,
card? I need a specific card to
well, I
point
mean,
you in the
like,
right direction.
I have two. I have two Jaden Daniels PSA 10 pink optics right now. I haven't
Okay.
put out there. I see they're going for like 100 to 150, I think, or something like that. Um, Caleb Williams PSA 9 Topps Chrome Auto. Um, those are some of
Mm-hmm.
the higher ones.
It's like what are the
Um,
pink optic Jaden Daniels? What are you hoping to get on it?
I mean, I don't even know where to price it at. I mean,
I can tell you the card sells for between like 120 to 150.
yeah,
So
okay,
if you're, I always teach people like price aggressively, like 90% of comps, because the faster you sell it, the faster you get money to repeat what you just did. So like I would price it at like 120. If it was me, or like 125. Even though you're making a little less money, you're building relationships, and like that goes a long way. So that's what I would do.
okay, all right. And then, how do you like if you're trying to sell your slabs on marketplace and that? Do you uh, how do you price them basically to put them on there, other than putting them on eBay and starting the bids or whatever? But would you take like the raw grade or not the raw grade, but the
This is
raw card
for
plus a
what?
grading fee, or for any slabs you want to sell, like on marketplace or
This is an
any of
auction.
that type of thing. No, just to sell on the marketplaces, Facebook and all that type of thing. How would you price your slabs on there? Because you have
I
to set a
Yeah,
price.
I always price my stuff at like 90% of what it's going for, just so it sells quickly. I'm not afraid to take a loss, so I could make more money in the future. I always price like 95%. And you just build connections that way. People like you, and you're actually able to make more money in the long run. So I always price like 95%. Like if I grade a card and it doesn't 10, I expect to lose like 10-20%.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Just one more quick
Go
question.
for it.
So I have a bunch of stuff just sitting. Well, it's at PSA, and I should get it back before football season.
Oh
But
yeah.
in the intertime, you know, like I kind of want to send. I have a bunch of other raw stuff. Do I just send it off to SGC and so I can get it back and just flip it?
This is what stuff
And
again?
what should
Say
I
it again.
send? So if I have a bunch of like uh, pink optics and optic previews of like Caleb Williams and Bo Nix, Drake May, those type of ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I should send them to SGC so I can get them back and just flip them and make some money off of those because I
No,
got them for
I would send them to
pretty good
PSA.
prices.
You just want them back before the
Yeah.
season starts. I would send them to PSA.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Any other questions?
All right. No, I think that's it for now.
Awesome. Well, good luck out there. If you ever have any other
All right.
questions, feel free to call in.
All right. Sounds good.
All
Thanks,
right.
Eric.
Good luck. Bye bye.
See ya.
More? We got more. We got more callers. Popular today. It's a good feeling. That is a good feeling.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, what's up? You got Eric? You're live.
What? This is where I get to finally talk to you. What's going on, Eric?
I think there's some noise in the background, like a TV or something.
Oh, it's you playing, man.
Oh, that's me. Oh, you want to mute me? Because I'm
Yeah, I got you muted right now.
I'm annoying myself. So.
Oh, my bad.
No,
My
you're
bad.
good. What's up? What's your name?
Hey, my name is Anthony.
Anthony. Where are you calling from?
The road. I'm a truck driver, but I'm from Bakersfield.
Okay, Bakersfield, California. Nice. Well, how can I help you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I have a couple of questions. I have, recently, about a year ago, gotten into the hobby.
Yeah.
And I fell into the breaking box part of it. So I ripped a whole lot of product. And I started watching you. Sidebar, I used to think you were an asshole. Excuse my language. But
Hey, at least you're
I
honest.
really got to listen. Yeah, I really got to listen to you. You make a lot of sense.
I try.
My question is, I recently was screwing up by sending every single card with big names like Caitlin Clark. Who else? Basically, just Caitlin Clark's, Jaden Daniels. Anything I could send to PSA. And I learned that became pretty costly as far as helping to get PSA 10s
Yep.
and getting PSA 9s back. I got multiple 9s, so I lost out. Paid like $600 to get the submission, and I lost about $400 on it.
Okay.
My question to you is, would you consider, because I have high-end cards, I've learned that, pick and choose what to grade and what not to grade. So I've been buying cards for $50 to $100.
Okay.
Making sure they're all centered,
Yep.
sending them off to PSA.
Yep.
Victor Wembanyama, multi-waves,
Yep.
Victor Wembanyama, white explosions, numbered to 75,
Okay.
stuff like that. Would you take the bulk, like all of your extra cards that are worth $10 to $15 graded, send them to like a secondary grading company, get them graded, and possibly double money up, get your money up like that?
Yeah, I would only do it if you could double your money if it tens. So if you're planning on sending them to SGC and you have a $10 card, make sure an SGC
Yes,
so like go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say
Uh,
so Like if you have an SGC, if you have a card that's $10 you paid, and it's going to cost you, I think it's like
Mhm.
$15 to get it graded. I want to make sure an SGC 10 is at least $50. So I'm doubling my investment.
Okay.
But then with that
Okay.
said, if it's $50 with SGC, it's probably $80 or $90 with PSA. So if it's in good condition,
True.
I'd probably send it to PSA.
Yeah, because what I was thinking, because I have like a whole lot of Spencer Rattler variations, JJ McCarthy rookies, CJ Stroud, Bowman first, Cam Ward Bowman first, a lot of Bryce Young rookies,
Okay.
college uniform stuff like that. I was thinking about, just sending them to the lower grading companies, like around $5 to $3, and possibly getting, and then pricing them at, because you know how people say about slabs and all that stuff, fake slabs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They don't really want to pay up for a Gym 10 as far as a CGC 10, CGC 9, or a PSA 9. You're going to get more money for those. But what I was thinking about is sending, all my extras, because I got a shit ton of Caitlin Clark's, base Jaden Daniel rookie cards, some on the Prism that I know that aren't going to grade PSA 10s, but they'll get 9s. Sending all those ones to lower grading companies, and at least, because it's like, I think like $5 or something like that to get them graded. And them being big names, I could turn around and double, kind of like get like $7-8 more than the grading cost.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. If you don't think I could 10, I wouldn't grade them anywhere.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And some of them, like, what would you do with the base? Like, say for instance, let me find one for you.
Yeah, give me an example.
Like,
Example is better.
rookie CJ Stroud numbers
Okay.
on a select.
Yep.
Like, what would you do with those type of cards?
Send them. So you could send them all that lower end crap. You could send to like Quick Consign. They'll charge like $1 a card. I would send it there, and they'll sell them for like a few dollars each if they're worth that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I need to re-up on. Well, I'm not hurting for money or anything like that. I thought about, joining your program, but I'm kind of winging it, trying to learn it myself first before I do anything into that. And like I said, you drop some gems online. I watch you all the time.
Yeah. Well, I would. Yeah, I'd only join the program if you have like a few grand to spend on cards. If not, it's not worth it.
I
I wouldn't
I
do it.
I have a lot more.
Oh, you do?
Money is
Okay.
not an issue over here.
Well, then
I'm not rich or anything like that, but it's not an issue over here.
Okay. Well, then, wouldn't you rather? And I hate for this to sound like me trying to sell you, but wouldn't you?
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Wouldn't you just rather learn quicker and faster instead of longer? Because the only thing you can't buy back in life is time, and the way to buy back time is by paying for someone else's knowledge, right?
That's true, but you know how people learn the hard way. They got they're
Oh, yeah.
stubborn. I'm stubborn.
It took.
Yeah, I gotta go through it a minute.
Yeah. Hey, if that's the route you want to go, by all means. I mean, I mean, that's what I did. I mean, I didn't have like coaching for sports cards. It took me like 3 years of doing it every day to like finally
Mhm.
start making consistent money. And I learned from that when I started Major League Profits. I've paid relentlessly for coaching and from paying other business owners that are bigger than me and know more than me and to buy back my time. And it's worked out pretty well. So like,
Yes.
yeah, and like if you put it in perspective, like, our like take like college, for example, right? Like college, like 100 grand. You have to go for 4 years and like
Mhm.
you'll like get out and the average salary getting out of college is like $55,000. People do that all day. But then here comes like a sports card coaching program, and that's like 2% the cost of college, if that. And it can actually make you
True.
more money than getting out of college. And it makes you money right away as opposed to having to wait 4 years. And people are like, oh my God, like it's a scam. It's not worth it. Like it's a college. That's all it is. It's just a tuition, right? You pay your tuition fee. If you do your homework and you follow directions,
Yes.
you'll probably make money. If you don't, you'll probably lose money. It's
That's
just
true. Yeah, you're spot on. Spot
yeah,
on.
that's all. That's all
Spot
it is.
on.
Like I'm not sitting here guaranteeing anyone's gonna make money.
Yeah, one more thing.
Yeah.
I heard you talking about Jaden Daniels, Bomb Squad, and all that stuff, right?
Yep.
and and then like the seasons or the times that you buy off-season cards at the dip or
Yep.
whatnot, right?
Yep,
Right
yep, yep.
now, I'm applying that logic to Victor Wembanyama,
Okay.
and I'm buying up his numbered cards, kind of stuff that $199 down,
Yeah.
or and then I'm sending those ones off to PSA. Is
Yeah.
is that a winning strategy for now to get geared up for the next season? Because
Yes. So I'll run this by you. I'll blow your mind for a
yes,
second. So yeah, you can make money doing that. Like, sounds like a good idea. However, right, the name of the game is to make money, right? I'm assuming you're looking to make this into a side income, right?
oh yes,
So buying cards of Victor Wembanyama to grade, right? His cards are from 2023. They're 2 years old, correct? So
mm-hmm.
his rookie cards, at least.
Yes.
So wouldn't you rather buy cards that are 1 year newer, the newer rookie class, because those cards have a much higher chance of being in good condition? As you can imagine, a lot of Wembanyama cards have been graded. And then also, I would rather, this is going to sound fucking crazy, but hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you follow basketball?
Yes.
Do you know who like
Amen Thompson, Azir Thompson?
Yeah, do you know who like Jared McCain is? Like the player for the
yes. I got his autograph, Bowman first autograph, numbered on a seismic autograph.
Yeah, so
I'm holding on to that one.
If you gave me 2 identical cards, one of Wembanyama for $100 that I could send in for grading and it's gonna grade a 10, or a card of Jared McCain that's also $100 and it's gonna grade a 10, and both cards are worth $300 as a 10, I would rather have the card of Jared McCain rather than the card of Wembanyama. One is a higher chance it's gonna grade
Because
a
of
10.
the upside.
The upside, right? Wembanyama is 100 times better player than Jared McCain probably ever will be, right? But if the name of the game is to make money, you have to ask yourself, what has the highest upside? What are people not buying right now? People are kind of buying Wembanyama. His value is pretty stable. He had a good second year, even though he got injured. So, right, that the name of the game is to make money, and the way to do that is by finding the guys with upside. So, sounds stupid to say out loud, but I'd rather have a card of Jared McCain rather than Wembanyama.
What about Montes Versailles?
Who?
Montes Versailles?
Oh yeah,
he's a rookie this year.
Yeah. Even him.
Zachary Richichet. I got him. Alexander or Czar.
Yeah, all those
Czar,
guys.
what's his name?
All those guys I would rather have over Wembanyama because the cards available of them, you could buy really good colored prism for like $50, $100, $150. That's in really good condition and get graded, as I did in the beginning of this podcast. I don't know if you were watching. And that stuff is just going to sell like hotcakes. Like people love that shit. But like finding cards of Wembanyama like that to grade hard. It's just like a lot of them have been graded. So, and also I like the upside of these guys because no one's buying them right now, right? I mean, so for that reason, I'd rather have the newer. The strategy you're doing will probably work, but I think you can make, in my opinion, I'd rather buy a year newer.
Yes, understood. Well, that's it, man. Hey, appreciate the call. You taking my call. This is my first time calling on live.
Cool. Yeah.
Ever. So I'm gonna look back and see how I sound.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be my judges on how.
You sound fantastic.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm gonna keep watching your content and your content. Great, keep making it, man.
Awesome.
You teaching people some gems, and you take care.
Well, I appreciate it. Good luck out there. Drive safe.
Yes, sir.
Bye. Right, bye-bye. Was there another one? Feels nice I'm so popular today. I used to get made fun of in high school for buying and selling sports cards, believe it or not. Or it is believable, actually.
I'm sorry. You can't leave a
What? He sent us the voicemail? Is there another one? By the way, you guys that are commenting, questions, we prioritize the people that are calling in. So if you have questions, call in. It's much more engaging for me and also for the audience. That's why I see a ton of questions and I feel bad I can't answer them, but we have to prioritize the callers. That's what this show's centered around.
Sorry, you can't leave a message.
Sent us the voicemail? Gotcha. Well, I'll try to answer some questions. This advice is on point. Got my submissions coming almost weekly now. Yes, I know what I'm doing. Yes, no problem. I'm happy to help. Does the value of college first Bowman cards hold its value once their pro rookie card comes out? This is general, but generally they do go down a little bit because people prefer the pro stuff. So generally, no, but not much. Like it'll be interesting to see because a lot of the college stuff is newer. Like back in my day, like like 5-6 years ago, or at least when I got into sports cards like 10 years ago, college stuff wasn't a thing. Like no one bought it. But now with the NIL deals, like these college cards are selling for a lot of money. So we'll yet to see. If I had to guess, and from what I've seen so far, it will dip some because people prefer the pro stuff. So like that's just my kind of opinion, but also from what I've seen. I just bought a Sam Darnold silver PSA 10 for $300. With taxes, it comes out to $325. What I would say about that card is you may have overpaid a little bit. The last sale of that card was, so hold on, let me see. Let me see the last sale before I'm not talking out of my ass here. I was actually looking at Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold silver prism PSA 10. Yeah, so the last sale was $263, like early March. So you may have overpaid a little bit, right? You don't want to pay more than the last sale. Although the one right before it, this was actually it was towards the end of the season when he was still in it. It was like 500. I think you'll still make money on it, but you may have overpaid a little bit. But something like that, yeah, I would sit and wait on it if it was me, personally. Oh, let's see here. I bought a Victor Wembanyama silver prism PS10 for $650 with taxes. It comes to $700. How do I make money on this? LOL. Do I just wait for appreciating or wait for it to appreciate? I assume you mean. So let's take a look. So, by the way, what I say here, I just tell you guys what I'm buying. Don't take it as financial advice. Nothing is guaranteed in this world. By the way, if you guys want to avoid sales tax, you can get a reseller's license in your state. And getting a reseller's license, you should be able to, it'll take the sales tax off of eBay and you could just pay it at the end of the year. Just keep that in mind. Let's see. This card is the last sale $693. Yeah, you paid good. You paid $650. Tax is $700. Yeah. So like something like that. If it was me, I would just be sitting and waiting towards the beginning of the season. Like a card like this isn't going to go crazy. It'll hopefully go up 20-30%. But yeah, that's what I would do with a card like that. Someone said you're talking out of the side of your neck. Well, sometimes my neck's pointed. But if that's a wrap, I'll let it go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.